Hello all. In this video, I'm going to walk through AWS Glue catalog configuration for Iceberg table. Why this is important? Glue is widely used Iceberg catalog in AWS environment, AWS EMR environment. So when you run the AWS EMR Spark, then we need a Glue catalog. And Glue catalog already supports for Hive tables. So now we're going to use same catalog for Iceberg. So this recipe is valuable for setting up an open lakehouse leveraging the Glue metastore. And enable to set up Glue catalog and read, write on S3 in access keys. So you need to set up your AWS access key, secret key and region. And if you look at our EC2 instance setup, we did already created a credential file in .aws directory, and you need to have that. Okay. And so now if you look at here, I'll walk through in, okay. So here we're going to set up your AWS, export the profile, and then my profile name is Satya here. And then, okay, so I'm going to set up my Spark configuration. Now look at here, we need a jar files, AWS Hadoop AWS jar file, and then we need AWS SDK bundle, and then also AWS SDK URL connection jar file. So watch these versions. And for our testing right now, I'm using Iceberg 1.43. And now we need to look at, I will update this document with the latest version. So we need to make sure this version matches with one of these guys, because, they are go in tandem. Okay. Then of course we saw that, to set up a Iceberg table, we're going to use a Spark catalog. Then catalog name I am calling here as Glue, but you can call any name you want. So you can call my Glue your Glue, right? And then warehouse path is your S3 bucket. And these two are important, right? Since we are using Glue, then we need to use a Glue library. Or a Hive is a default, right? So that's why we don't specify catalog implementation, right? But for Glue, you need to use this library. And then, of course, then for the IO implementation, since we are writing on S3, then you need to set up these two values here. So once you set up here, and then we're gonna, okay, so show databases, okay, and right now we don't have any database. Now let's go to place, then let's go to Glue, okay, look at the databases, then no tables, no databases, then we are good. Okay, so we're gonna drop database just in, and then we're gonna create a database, then we're gonna use that database, then show tables, there's no tables yet. And then we're going to drop, okay, we're going to create the table. Okay, so now this table is created in this S3 bucket, and then directory is the same as the table name, address table. Okay, so directory is the same as database name here. Now let's go to S3 bucket. Okay, let's go to S3 bucket here, and then let's click on my, okay, so then you will see prod, and then you will see order table, then you will see metadata directory, and then you have a metadata JSON. Okay, so 000 metadata JSON, and there is no data directory yet, because we will talk about what is a metadata directory, metadata data directory, and all this stuff just for right now. Okay, let's go to the Glue. Okay, then click on the databases. Okay, we have a database name, and then we have a table, and this table is located here. So that's why our configuration is correct. So this is what you need to make sure your configuration is, this is very important here. Okay. So these two, and also the jar files, make sure that jar files are matching. Then once you have the table ready, right? And then I'm going to create one more table here, curry table. Okay. And yeah, we will talk about all this configuration and everything. Yeah, look at this curry table I'm creating in a different directory. Then I'm going to, maybe insert data here. One row is enough here for now. So let's insert a row here. Okay. And then insert a row here. Okay. And then we're going to query the table. Okay. We'll dive on all these things anyhow. So we inserted 2 rows. Then we have 2 rows. Now let's go back to our S3. And then, so we'll go to this directory here. Okay. And then, okay, let's go to prod, order table. Okay, so prod 8, orders, metadata. Then we have, okay, so prod 8, actually, let's look at prod, curry. Then we have, because we inserted only in curry table, not on the order table. That's the reason order table don't have a data directory. Now, if you click on that, then you have partition by hour, then you have a Parquet files here. Okay, so my prod directory, curry table, and data directory. But if you look at, let's go to the curry table is on, yeah, if you look at, this is our curry table, right? And then it is on the database, but if you look at it, is on this directory. So this directory and database preferably same, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. Now let's go to one more time to our here and go to tables. Okay, we have two tables here. One table is on prod 8 orders table, and then another table is on curry, and this database is, okay, prod 8. So prod 8 has, so two tables. Okay, let's go to database, refresh. Okay, look at the tables. Then, we have the tables, all these things here, right? And database here, prod 8. Yeah, we look at the two because it took a while to refresh. So go back to here. We have prod 8, prod 108 database, and we have two tables. And so here, the database name and table name, and then this table is in this directory on the S3. And so this is how you set up your Glue catalog. Okay, thank you.